My name is Breitenstein, and I'm responsible for supply chain in the role of Global Supply Chain Director in Unibake. And that means the area is covering everything from production to customers, how we supply them. So that means logistics, it's the planning, it's running the S&OP, so the sales and operational planning function. And a big part of our ERP, all the processes that we have in our ERP system sits in supply chain. That means customer service, planning, and logistics. The role is quite, I would say, comprehensive. I think we are responsible for running the global S&OP, so the global sales and operational planning, which is the balance between supply and demand. And we also have the financial impact. So we are constantly looking at, are we supplying in the best way to the markets? So we have a relatively small team centrally that runs the global S&OP, and we collect all the data from all the units that are running the local S&OP. Together we consolidate, and then we have a plan where we look at the next 3 months, 12 months, 18 months, that we are in balance between demand and supply. That's one part of the role, sitting here globally. And then the other part, of course, is that the whole logistics, which is quite a comprehensive spend in the company, that we have a strategy also of who we work with and what is the footprint of our warehouses, how do we best supply the market. So I think these are the key things we sit with, and of course also then all the processes that are linked to how we run the business. So most of the transactions that happens in the business happens in supply chain. Unibake's strategy of, you can say, winning in the market, of course, we have a framework that is for the whole Unibake as a business, of course, linked to Landmann's strategy. Our function, or supply chain function, is supporting that with our strategy, of course, and that is to ensure that the S&OP process actually gives us the right level of reducing complexity is one big area, and also reducing waste. It also supports our sustainability strategy by constantly looking at, can we get closer to the market, and what options do we have when we select which producing unit to be selling in which selling country. Supply chain is key in where we invest and where's the market, and how do we balance the demand between demand and supply. So I think it's key that we constantly are looking in the S&OP long-term, short-term, that we are aligned with the strategy on where we invest and which market we want to play in. On top of that, it's also important that we have a supply chain set up to supply to our customers that is sustainable. And more regulations are coming into the European market, and also, of course, in the whole world. That's a big, you can say, challenge for supply chain to be. We drive a lot of kilometers, and how we then get the best and the most sustainable route to market is a constant challenge for us. And of course, we have a strategy for that, and that's supporting the overall goal for Unibake's strategy. I think it's very important that you think end to end when we talk about how can we make consumers, or our end consumers, smiling. And I think that's, of course, that we have a good service level, and there's a long way from raw material to conversion and all the way to the consumers. And then supply chain is a very important part that we can get a good service to our customers, and the customers, of course, then they have the goods on the shelf for the consumers in the right time, and of course with the good quality. I think supply chain is a very interesting area to work in, of course, and I think it also gives a good exposure to how the business works. I think we cover both the S&OP, which is the sales and operational planning. That gives a very good insight to how is the situation of the company, and learning a little about both the commercial side and the operational side is a key area. The whole logistic area, of course, is also an area where there's a lot of innovation happening, and I think how we serve the market and the whole cost drivers is a big area to learn also. In general, of course, we would like to have people coming in with an open mindset and the will, you can say, a will to learn. If there's a will, we can find a way to build competences and build people. And I think if people come in with a hunger to learn or hunger to work together with good colleagues, I think then there's always a way. I think the key for me is my team, of course, my people, and that really motivates me. It's the people part that gets me up and then keeps me engaged every day. I think I have a young team, fantastic team, very international. I think 7 different countries they're coming from, and it's just a very good harmony. Fantastic band, so we play music every day.